Hi everyone, thank you for signing up to my email alerts. As a little thank you, I've put together a little short workout that you can do at home in your own time. You don't need any specialist equipment, but you will need a couple of items which hopefully you've got somewhere in your house. So if you need to, just pause the video and go and find these two items. So the first thing you're going to need is a little remote control. And the second item you're going to need is a little salt or pepper shaker. So they're the two items that you'll need. Obviously, just make sure you've done a nice warm up before you start the workout. And as always, with any of the exercises, if anything doesn't feel quite right, then please just back off from that particular exercise. Either adapt it as you need to or just stop doing it altogether. So make sure you've done your warm up, grab your items, and then we're going to get started. So what we're going to do is just place these two items just in front of you first of all. We will keep moving them around as we kind of move throughout the workout. But there's 3 exercises that we've got in each block, and there are 3 blocks altogether. And then each block we're going to do twice, but you don't need to worry too much about that. Just kind of follow along and just enjoy it. So yeah, so I've just placed my salt pepper shaker just in front of me here by the pooch. And then the other one is by the remote control. So first up then, we're going to start off with a little reverse lunge. So get ready. Okay, so we're just going to take a little step back with a reverse lunge, come into a little hover with the foot, and then you need to put your foot down, just reach down to the floor. And then we'll do that again. So reverse lunge, little balance, reach to the floor. So just put your foot down at any time if you feel like you need to, it's absolutely fine. So it's a bit of a balancing challenge, and then we'll switch legs. So step back, balance, reach down, and again, stepping back, balancing, finding something as your little focus point as well. There we go, so focus. So pausing there. So we're going to use the 2 items next. So we're just going to go into a little mini squat for the next exercise. And then as you squat down, I'm going to call out one of your hands, either right or left, and you're going to take a reach over to one of the items. My items are just up short, I'm going to bring them in. So squat down, reach with the right hand towards the salt pepper shaker, and again remote, still right hand, salt pepper shaker, and remote. Okay, left hand next, remote, pepper shaker, remote, pepper shaker, keep going, remote, pepper shaker, keep going, remote. Lovely, and then just pause there. So we're going to move them slightly. We're going to make our way down to the floor next. So set yourself up into a little tabletop position and just make sure that each of the items are reachable for you. So setting yourself up in your little tabletop position, and then what we're going to do is we're going to extend that right leg behind you, and now you're going to reach with your right hand towards the remote. And back. Now we'll try the left hand towards the pepper shaker, and then across to the remote, pepper shaker, remote, pepper shaker. Okay, take the leg down, we'll switch legs, so extend the opposite leg, and now reach with the right hand, pepper shaker, remote, pepper shaker, really reach, lovely, and then pause there. Okay, so we'll come back up to standing position, move those 2 items so they're now in front of you. We're going to go back to the original exercise now. So you've got that little reverse lunge, into a balance, and then into a little reach towards the floor. So when we're ready, reverse lunge, balance, reach down, and then again, so reverse lunge, balance, and then reach. Lovely, one more of those on this side. Great, and I'm going to switch legs. So reverse lunge, balance, reach down. Great. So you can either put your foot down at any point, or if you want to make it slightly more challenging, then you can obviously. Lovely. And then pause there. Okay, so the next one is your little squat and then the reach. So we'll start off with the right hand first of all. So you're going to reach with your right hand either towards the pepper or salt grinder or the remote control. Okay, get ready. Okay, off we go. So right hand, remote, remote, pepper shaker, remote, pepper shaker. Okay, left hand next, pepper shaker, remote, remote, pepper shaker, remote. Okay, right hand, pepper shaker, remote, remote, and then left hand, pepper shaker, remote. Can you reach a bit further, pepper shaker? Lovely, and then pause there. So just move the two items, they're now in front of you. Just coming side on so you can see me a bit better. Setting yourself up into that tabletop position. Preparing yourself, so we're going to extend one of the legs first of all. So I'm going to start off with my right leg extended, and I'm going to reach with my left arm. So pepper shaker, remote, remote, pepper shaker, remote. Okay, I'm going to switch legs. So I'm going to extend my left leg, pepper shaker. So I'm now reaching with the right hand, remote control, pepper shaker, remote. Keep going, pepper shaker, remote. Nearly there, pepper shaker, remote. Lovely, and then pause there. Okay, so that's round one. So we're going to move on next. So just place your two items out of shot for the minute. So this first exercise, we're going to go across to the right with a little shuffle, and then you're going to reach up and overhead and down. So across to the left, reach up, reach behind, up and behind, and then back. So a little lateral shuffle, up. Lovely, keep going. And again. So it's designed to be a low impact workout, this one. So it's kind of nice and gentle, easing you in. And just do what you can do. Lovely, keep going. Great, nearly there. Okay, and then just pausing there. So the next one we're going to do is a little curtsy. So a tap behind you, you take the leg behind you, and then you're going to drop that back knee down, and then you're going to bring it up to a little balance. So you tap behind, drop down, back up, into a little balance. You need to put your foot down at any time, then do. Okay, off we go. So tap behind, drop that knee down, balance, and again. Lovely. That's it, keep going. Dropping that back knee down into that balance. Great. So let's see what it's like on the other side. So step across, drop the back knee down into that little balance and hover. So it's nice, slow control movement. Absolutely no rush. Standing nice and tall when you come back up. Lovely, and then pausing there. So the next one, we're going to make our way down to the floor again. You can actually use a chair as well, so I'm just going to show you a couple of adaptations for this one. So you're going to come into a plank position, either on the floor or just up on a chair, which is absolutely fine. And then what we're going to do is start to tap to the side like this. So you choose your variation, either elevated on a chair, just making sure you've got that nice straight line from head to toe. and you're tapping left to right, little lateral taps with your foot. Lovely. And then we're going to switch this up a little bit more. So now rather than lateral tap, you're going to lift and lower your alternating feet. So you're just looking slightly in front of you with this one. Lovely, keep going. That's it, nearly there, and then rest. Okay, so we're back to the little lateral shuffle next, with a little reach up and overhead, and then down and behind you. So you haven't used the items for this little round. Okay, get ready. So you can make it as quick or as slow as you want. So lateral tap, reach up, reach behind, and again, lovely. And then across. That's good. Well done. Really reach and reach behind you as well. And again, going across. Keep smiling, well done. Lovely, keep going. Nearly there. Can you do another reach up and behind and again? Lovely, and then pausing there. Okay, next one then is your little curtsy tap behind you. So curtsy tap in behind you and then coming into that little knee lift and a hover. If you feel like as well, because I've talked about the chair, you can always keep the chair beside you. So off we go. Curtsying behind into that knee lift. Using that chair, I'll put it a little bit far away. But if you need to use the chair just to help you find your balance, then that is absolutely fine. Just do what you feel you can do. There's no right or wrong with this, it's what feels good for your body. Okay, let's switch legs. So we'll go the other side. Taking that back knee down into a little balance. I think strong and stable. Even if you're wobbling, it doesn't matter, just try and think I'm strong, I'm stable. Lovely, and then pausing there. Okay, so using your chair if you need to, or if you want to, you can make your way down to the floor. So coming into this plank position. So you've got everything nicely stacked from shoulders all the way down to your ankles. Okay, so we're going to start off with a little toe taps out to the side. Think strong and stable again. Using that chair if you need to use that chair. Lovely, keep going. So we'll go to the little leg lifts next. Lovely, keep going. Everything's switched on. Okay, toe taps. Great, we're nearly there. And then into those little leg lifts. Keep going. Well done. Okay, so that's round two. No, that's round two done. Park the chair for the minute. So we're going to go back to using our two items now. I'm just going to drag them into shot. And you're going to step, first of all, with your right foot towards one of the two items. So we'll go remote first of all, just stepping towards. Remote again. Pepper grinder. Remote. Lovely, keep going. Pepper grinder. Pepper grinder. Remote. Okay, switch legs. So left leg now towards the pepper grinder. And again, pepper grinder. Remote. Remote. Pepper grinder. Lovely. And again, pepper grinder. And again, pepper grinder. And lastly, the remote. Lovely, well done. And then pause there. So we don't need the items for this next one. So this is a little squat sequence. So I'll do it side on so you can see. So first of all, you're going to do a little squat. Then you're going to come up, lift your toes up as you come up to standing. Drop the heels and then lower back down. So squat, come up, lift the heels, lower them down, squat, lift the heels, standing, wobble, heels down, squat, squat, stand, heels lift, and that's your little sequence. Lovely, keep going. So it's a bit of a balancing challenge, this one. Great, nearly there. Think nice and tall, especially when you come up to that standing position. Lovely, and then pausing there. Okay, next one then, making your way down to the floor. Again, we don't need the items for this next one. Coming onto your side for this next one. And just kind of stacking your knees one on top of the other. And what we're going to have a go at is pushing ourselves up and away from the floor. So really kind of pushing up and out with the elbow, trying to get those hips away from the floor and then lowering back down. If you feel like actually this is okay, this feels okay, you can make it slightly harder by extending that top leg. So if you want to make it slightly harder, extend that top leg. So really pushing those hips up and away. Okay, going to switch sides. Missed the timing on that. Make sure a bit better next time. So just switching sides, pushing up and away. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to come back up to standing now. So using those, back to those two items. And we're going to step towards one of the items. We'll start off with our left leg first of all for this first sequence. Okay, get ready. So left leg towards pepper grinder. And then the remote. Pepper grinder. And again. So if you want to get a bit closer, you can. So remote. So if you feel like you don't want to take too much of a step, then just make your way closer to the item. Pepper grinder. And again, so switch legs, right leg this time. Remote. Pepper grinder. Pepper grinder. Remote. Lovely. Pepper grinder. Keep going. Pepper grinder. Remote. Lovely, well done, and then pausing there. Okay, so we've got the squat sequence next. We're going to make that slightly harder. So you can either stick with squat, standing, heels lift, and then down. Or if you want to make it harder, squat, heels lift whilst in the squat, stand, and then heels down. So you choose your variation. So it's a little bit more of a balancing challenge when you lift the heels when you're in that little squat stance. So you choose. The first one was squat, then come up, heels lift, heels down. So choose your variation on that one. Do what feels like it's a challenge, but it still feels good. Well done, keep going. Nearly there. And then we've got one more exercise. Oh. And then we're done. Well done. Okay, pausing there. So coming down to the floor. Make sure that I'm going to come down to the second side because we spent less time on that side last time. So knees are stacked one on top of the other and my elbows just directly underneath my shoulder. Again, just do what feels right. And then you're pushing up and out of the floor just to try and get those hips further away from the floor. Again, if you want to make it harder, extend that top leg. Really pushing out of the floor, trying to get these muscles in the side to kick in with this exercise. Lovely, keep going. Nearly there. Okay, we'll have a little switch just to make sure we're nice and even, working both sides. You choose your variation with the push, either both knees bent or one leg extended. Nearly there. Lovely, well done. And that's your little workout complete. So you've done 18 minutes in total. Use random items from your household. Hopefully you felt like you've had a little workout. But yeah, just to say a big thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it and let me know how you got on. But otherwise, I will see you soon.